Well, Blade fans, I have a special one for you today, and how many times have I said that? So I'm excited about this knife because it is a beauty. It's a grail sort of a knife, not one that I have known about for a while. So usually those grail knives are the ones we're pursuing for a long time. This one just sort of popped onto my radar. Looking around out at White Mountain Knives, and didn't see too many other places that were really advertising them. This is new, I would say, relatively new from Kansept Knives, and it is a design by Ostap Hel, and it's so pretty that I'm going to do an unboxing, which I seldom do anymore, and kind of give it its due presentation-wise. So there you already have a peek at what I'm going to show you. Here we have the typical Kansept sliding box drawer style presentation, and a very nice little package with information in it and your microfiber cloth. They do a great job with presentation at Kansept. You can see I already took it out of the plastic, so this is kind of a re-unboxing. And let's see if we can get you just a little more light here. There we go. Okay, and there's the typical Kansept pouch with the flap. And look what we have here. OMG, yes. This knife has what only White Mountain has described as a black rose patterned carbon fiber insert on both sides, by the way. Check it out. Can you see a rose in there somewhere? I can, if I use my imagination. It is a different sort of carbon fiber, has almost a metallic look to it. And this one is the Kratos. I'm going to call it the Kratos and not the Kratos. Comes with a beautiful stainless Damascus blade. Hard to get the light exactly right to show you this Scopus inspired blade. Titanium frame lock, hardened steel inserts, fantastically buttery smooth, drop shutty, flipper knife with a nearly 3.8 inch blade. And you can see the interesting grind there, the dual grind. This one is somewhat reminiscent of a Kanbu knife that I reviewed from Bestech, and perhaps I'll think of the name of it. Going to run down a quick overview and specs from Blade HQ because they had some complete specs, and it looks like I won't need to measure it up myself. This knife has an overall length of 8.75 inches, a blade length of 3.75. The box said 3.79. I'm going to go with 3.79. Bigger is better. Cutting edge of 3.75. A blade width of 1.125. Blade thickness of 0.15 inches, which should be 4 millimeter. Blade material is Damascus. Exactly what is always hard to find out. These manufacturers make their stainless Damascus from a variety of steels. Could be VG10. I know Artisan was saying theirs is S35VN. I'm not really sure. If I find out later, I will put it in the notes. It's a drop point compound ground blade. Handle length is 5 inches. Handle width is 1 inch. Handle thickness is 0.55. It is a carbon fiber and titanium handle. right hand only tip up carry, flipper frame lock, model number K1024A5, and designed by Ostap Hel, who you may recall was the designer for the Metamorph and many other different knives, including the Tulip series or the Blossom series, including the Tulip, and some other knives that came out recently, not the least of which was that miniature push dagger sort of claw. And this knife, let's do the eye candy rove around here, is just gorgeous. The lines on that Damascus, incredible. I mean, looks like a master bladesmith did it. We know it's billet Damascus, was not forged, but they did a super job bringing out that pattern. Really gorgeous. Some interesting branding here right in the middle. There's Ostap's name. Sort of blends in with the pattern of the Damascus. There's the name, Kratos. And you get another look at that fantastic carbon fiber pattern there that's called Black Rose. Again, according to White Mountain Knives. And if you buy this knife at White Mountain, it is I believe a $260 knife. You can get your 10% off. That's about $26 by using my discount code OLDSWORD, should you be interested. This also comes in a non-Damascus S35VN, I believe. We've got a great machined titanium clip. And do we have any particular weight relieving? Yes, we do. So we got some milled out portions to lighten that up. And I think I missed the weight. So quickly referring to my online notes here, it is a weight of 5.20 ounces. I like to get my scale involved here lately since I blew it with the old scale as the battery was failing. Let's just check this out. 4.7 we're going to call it. So don't know where 5.2 came from. I have calibrated the scale. It is accurate. It does zero out well. So we're going to call it 4.7 ounces. And I'm going to have to remember that when I put it in the notes, which you will see up on the screen. You should see them by now. Great action on this knife. If you aren't familiar with the Kopis, it was the predecessor to the kukri. It was carried by the army of Alexander the Great quite a long time ago. But this is borrowing some features from it, namely that angle down of that blade. And you know, Ostap has been doing some smaller knives lately. See if I can bring out a few. I'm going to do a little magical pause of the video here and come back. So yes, we're back with the one I was looking for, the Ostap Hel Bestech Strelet, which is a type of flower, apparently. A little bit different, wouldn't you say? Little difference in size, but beautiful knives. I think that's one thing, and I don't have my Metamorph handy, but many of you know what the Metamorph looks like. So no need to tell you. But here is another beauty. Again, this is from Bestech, and that is the Strelet. But today we're talking about the Kratos, the design inspired by the Kopis from Alexander the Great. And speaking of great, this is just a great eye candy knife. Kind of doubt that this is going to be something that's going to see daily carry, but you never know. Maybe I'll run out of knives and need to port this around and cut my steaks with it. Speaking of which, it has a very nice, keen, and polished edge, and that Damascus is highly polished as well. Quick comparison here. There is the Griptilian. So larger knife for sure than the Grippy. And why not bring the Freak in? Coming up close, but the Kratos is a longer knife than the Freak. So there you go. The Kansept Ostap Hel designed Kratos. Hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. We'll be back with some more interesting stuff.